Hello and welcome to our latest video, where we will be discussing the 7 cities most at risk from rising sea levels. Climate change is a major threat to our planet, and one of its most pressing impacts is the rise in sea levels. As global temperatures continue to increase, the polar ice caps are melting, causing sea levels to rise and putting many coastal cities at risk. In this video, we'll take a closer look at 7 cities that are most vulnerable to this impact of climate change, and what steps can be taken to mitigate the effects of sea level rise. 1. Miami, Florida. Miami is considered one of the most vulnerable cities in the world due to its low elevation and large coastal area. A sea level rise of just 1 meter would flood more than 25% of the city. In recent years, Miami has implemented several measures to protect its residents from the impacts of sea level rise, such as installing pumps and elevating roads. However, much more needs to be done to ensure the long-term resilience of Miami against rising sea levels. 2. Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia and is one of the fastest sinking cities in the world. It is estimated that by 2050, about 40% of the city could be underwater due to rising sea levels and sinking land. 3. New York City, New York. New York City is vulnerable to sea level rise due to its large coastal area and dense population. The city has already seen a rise in sea levels of over 1 foot in the last century, and projections indicate that this trend will continue in the future. To protect against sea level rise, New York City has implemented several measures, such as increasing the elevation of its infrastructure and investing in green infrastructure like parks and wetlands that can absorb excess water. 4. Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok is a coastal city located in Southeast Asia and is at risk of being severely impacted by sea level rise. The city has already experienced significant flooding in recent years, and projections indicate that the situation could get much worse in the future. 5. Tianjin, China. Tianjin is a coastal city in northern China and is one of the most vulnerable cities in the world to sea level rise. The city is home to over 15 million people and is at risk of severe flooding due to its low elevation and large coastal area. 6. Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Ho Chi Minh City is a coastal city in southern Vietnam and is at risk of being impacted by rising sea levels. The city has already experienced significant flooding in recent years, and projections indicate that the situation could get much worse in the future. 7. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Rio de Janeiro is a coastal city located in Brazil and is at risk of being impacted by sea level rise. The city is located on a low-lying coastal plain and is already vulnerable to flooding, and projections indicate that the situation could get much worse in the future. So there you have it, the 7 cities most at risk from rising sea levels. These cities are just a few examples of how climate change is affecting our planet, and it's important that we all take action to address this global problem. Whether it's through reducing our carbon footprint, supporting renewable energy, or advocating for government policies that address the issue, we all have a role to play in addressing climate change. Thank you for watching, and please share this video with your friends and family. Let's start a conversation about the impacts of sea level rise and what we can do to help.